Upon liberating Stormholt, Kenna and her allies have turned their focus to freeing the other kingdoms from under King Luther Nevrakis' hold. After months of planning, her army is now positioned outside Thorngate Castle, where Luther's brother, Vassilios Nevrakis, has been left in command. Kenna is waiting to meet him on the bridge halfway between her army and his.
Dawn is nearly here. Vassilios isn't coming, is he?
I think you've been stood up.
A coward's move and a foolish one.
He must be good looking. I've found handsome men are quite foolish, with the exception of myself, of course.
Maybe he's just stalling.
Well, I don't have time to waste. Every day is another step closer to Luther's army returning from the Iron Empire. If we want to free all the kingdoms while Luther's away, we have to act now.
I still don't see why we have to help anyone at all. These people can fight their own war against Luther.
Yes, we could let the other kingdoms rise up on their own. But if that does not happen, then when Luther returns, he will crush us, like ants beneath a hammer.
I'm sure the first thing on Luther's agenda would be to get rid of Kenna. And us.
We need to do this. Freeing Thorngate from Vassilios Nevrakis is the right thing to do. Stormholt suffered greatly under the cruelty of the Nevrakis family.
Don't I know it?
I'm not leaving a single kingdom under that kind of oppression.
There. That's a queen worth following. Gabriel would be proud.
That means a great deal to me, Leon.
Wait a second. I see someone up there. On the castle wall.
Hello down there.
Up on the balcony, Kenna sees Vassilios Nevrakis, surrounded by servants holding pitchers of wine and plates of food for him.
Is this your idea of a parley? Yelling from your castle walls?
You'll forgive me if I don't want to get down into the muck and mire with you. Why would I possibly leave my beautiful castle?
To hear my terms.
Terms? From you? You have to win in order for those to matter, dear.
Surrender Thorngate now, and I'll pardon you and your men.
Mercy? For the conquered? Oh my, you're even more naive than I'd thought. You might have raised an army and taken back your home, but you have no idea how to be a conqueror.
I'm not a conqueror. I'm a liberator.
Two sides of the same coin, I'm afraid. Go ahead. Do your worst, darling girl. I've withstood far fiercer adversaries than you.
Vassilios turns and goes back inside the castle.
Well, that could have gone better.
At least we tried.
He is not as good looking as I expected.
Enough talk. Steel will take him down, not words.
For once, I agree with you, Severin.
Inside the command tent, Kenna prepares for battle with many of her allies.
What weapon will you bring into battle, my queen?
Kenna swings the gear axe through the air, listening to it hum and whir.
Be careful, Kenna, you're not just fighting Nevrakis soldiers. The people of Thorngate will be mixed up in this too, and they'll be fighting under Nevrakis orders.
I'm not worried about the people of Thorngate. Once they see our army fighting Vassilios, they'll join our side.
Maybe, but just in case, I've created a shock emitter that can stun enemies without killing them.
I hope we don't need to use it, but thank you, Whitlock.
Nearby, the orb Tavan gave Kenna begins to glow. She spins the orb, and Tavan's image appears within.
My favorite queen, Kenna. As you know, Luther's forces occupy Castle Enan in Fedoria. Soon I'll be launching a full-scale assault there, and if my calculations are correct, you should be battling in Nevrakis of your own. I wish I'd stolen that Megador from you. It would have been a treat to intimidate someone for once. Guess instead, I'll have to settle for impressing my opponent with good looks before I cut him down. Good luck with your siege. I know I'll need it with mine. Your devoted servant, King Devan.
Jackson enters, helmet in hand.
My queen.
Jackson, you ready for a fight?
Yes, your majesty.
And the rest of the soldiers?
They'd be so proud to fight for you.
I like my army. And you?
He leaves, a bounce in his step.
You have one more, visitor.
Barissa lumbers into the tent.
Oh, I missed you, girl.
Kenna scratches Barissa behind the ears.
Ready to fight? Good. Scary, but good.
Kenna, it's time.
A moment later, Kenna is standing in front of her army.
My friends, today we liberate Thorngate, and soon the rest of the 5 kingdoms. Are you with me?
Kenna's army roars.
Charge!
Kenna and her army surge forward to meet the Nevrakis soldiers. As she nears the castle, the thorny vines that surround it grow thicker and thicker.
Careful, everyone. They don't call it Thorngate for nothing.
A bunch of stupid plants aren't going to get in my way!
Her army cuts through the vines and meets the Nevrakis soldiers head-on.
Attack!
Leon slashes at the closest soldier.
Out of our way!
Another soldier tries for Kenna, but Barissa lunges ahead.
Oh! They have a bear!
What in the blazes is that thing?
Several Nevrakis soldiers flee the field. Severin cuts through 2 Nevrakis soldiers at once with his double axes.
It's a great day for glory.
A Nevrakis soldier comes right for Kenna, his sword raised.
You're mine!
Kenna slams the gear axe into the soldier's helmet. She hears the crunch of metal as he stops dead in his tracks and falls. Across the battlefield, more enemies march forward, but they aren't wearing Nevrakis armor. They're led by a woman covered in vine tattoos.
Archers, ready!
Looks like Thorngate's people have come out to fight.
Fire!
A wave of arrows flies at Kenna and her armor.
Everyone take cover!
Looking around, Kenna spies a patch of thick, thorny brambles. She rolls under the vines just as arrows land all around Kenna.
They're firing at us.
You noticed too?
I don't understand. I thought the people of Thorngate would help us overthrow the Nevrakis army.
Cowards! All of them!
Maybe they don't understand why we are here.
Then we need to reach out to them. I've got to talk to their leader, now!
Unfortunately, it looks like we have another problem.
From up the walls of Thorngate Castle, Kenna sees a massive catapult being wheeled into place.
Launching the first volley!
The soldier triggers the catapult and it launches an enormous mass of rocks at her army. The rocks strike down a dozen of Kenna's soldiers. The Nevrakis soldiers operating the catapult begins to wind it back up for another attack.
We've got to stop that catapult.
A well-placed arrow would do the trick.
I don't think any of our bows can shoot that far.
No, but theirs can. Let's try to get one of their longbows and see if we can talk some sense into the leader.
After you, Kenna.
With Val and a score of Kenna's soldiers behind her, they fight their way across towards the Thorngate archers. A Nevrakis soldier jabs a spear at Kenna. Instinctively, she rolls out of the way of the spear and leaps up into attack position. Kenna slams the gear axe into the soldier's leg. He crumples and falls. As the forces carve a path through the foot soldiers, Kenna has a clear line to the Thorngate squad of archers. They scatter as she draws near. Kenna dives forward, tackling their leader to the ground. Her bow flies out of her hand and lands a few feet away. Val yanks her up, pinning her arms behind her back.
Release me!
Why are you fighting us? You should be attacking Vassilios and his soldiers.
You attack our home with an army. Why should we trust you?
I'm Kenna Reese of Stormholt. We defeated Prince Marco and now...
Let me tell you what I know about the Riss family in Stormholt. My family went there under a supposed alliance, and they did not come back. I lost everyone I loved that day.
You're Rowan Thorn, youngest daughter of Ewan and Daphne Thorn.
And the only living heir to Thorngate, a dubious title I have your family to thank for.
It wasn't my family killing nobles that day. It was Vassilios's. I can't bring your family back, but I can help you free your people. Join us and help overthrow Vassilios Nevrakis.
And trust you? You're just another warlord with an army, Kenna Riss. I've got no reason to stick my neck out for you.
Fine. Then we'll do this without you.
Kenna! The catapult! They're ready for another attack! We need to stop it now!
Kenna eyes Rowan's bow a few feet away.
Go ahead. Try it. He'll never be able to use my Thorngate bow.
Kenna reaches down and picks up Rowan's Thorngate longbow.
It's lighter than I expected. Now, let's see how it shoots.
Kenna fumbles with the bow, and a metal thorn slices right through her palm.
Ah!
I knew it.
I'm not afraid to get hurt.
Taking down a deep breath, Kenna grips the bow. Grabbing an arrow, she lines it. She gracefully pulls back the arrow in one sweeping motion.
Not so tough. Now, to aim.
Just as the catapult operator pulls back to launch another barrage at Kenna's army, she lets the arrow fly. The arrow flies straight through the eye slit in the soldier's helmet, taking him down.
Nice shot!
It's all in the wrist.
I don't believe it. I guess there's more to you than I thought, Kenna Rest of Stormhold.
You'll find I'm full of surprises.
Suddenly, a hail of arrows rains down from above.
Take cover!
Kenna and her army dive for cover as the arrows fall around them. When the last one lands, she sees Rowan fleeing towards a squad of archers near the water's edge.
I'm full of surprises too!
That scheming wench! I'm going to cut her pretty face off!
Let her go. She's not worth it. We've still got a battle to win.
Surveying the battlefield, Kenna sees Dom with saying Whitlock. Smoke billows from Whitlock's machine.
That doesn't look good. I hope Dom's got it under control.
Behind the front line, Dominic and Say are guarding Whitlock as he struggles to get the shock emitter working.
How's it going there, Whit?
Whitlock calls down to Dominic from atop the machine, his head buried in wiring.
It's going!
Keep your focus on the enemy, Lowlander.
Say points up ahead, and as a Nevrakis soldiers breaks through the line.
Any day now, Whit.
Don't rush me.
The soldier charges toward Dominic, sword held high.
Maybe you could rush a little.
Are you going to handle the soldier or should I?
I've got it.
Concentrating on his anger, Dominic summons a ball of flame and hurls a massive fireball, roasting the soldier where he stands.
See?
You did what any child in my village can do. Congratulations.
I know you meant that as an insult, but I'm taking it as a compliment.
Do you even remember any of our training?
We're in the middle of a battle. This isn't the time to...
It's exactly the time. You got lucky, Lowlander. I expect more of you. I agreed to train you even though you chose to remain with Kenna and her army. But I'm not going to bend any more than that. You don't doubt what I say.
Meanwhile, a contingent of Thorngate forces emerges from the woods, about to flank Kenna's army.
Whit, we need this thing working now. How much longer?
A muffled noise rattles inside the machine, and a puff of smoke billows out. A loud, high-pitched whine fills the air.
This is bad. Very bad.
Explosion bad.
Yep, unless... It's okay, I'm holding it all in place, but I can fix this without a proper 6-pronged protraction fractator. There might be one back with the rest of my tools by my tent.
So go get it.
Do you want this entire thing to explode? I'm holding it together by myself right now. It'll have to be you two.
I'm on it.
Dominic and Say scramble towards Whitlock's tent and stop, suddenly blocked by 5 Nevrakis soldiers.
Looks like we lucked out, boys.
Let's kill the oaf and keep the pretty one around for fun.
You want fun? How about I burn you alive slowly from the inside?
Never mind. Let's just kill them both.
Say whispers to Dominic.
Seems like a good time to use that skill I taught you in training. Ready?
Kill these bastards. Oh yeah.
Concentrating, Dominic raises his hands up, forming a ball of fire overhead. The soldiers leap back, afraid.
He's a fire user!
They rush forward, but before they reach him, tendrils of fire shoot out from Dominic's open palm, twisting around the soldiers and burning each of them simultaneously.
How was that?
You're improving.
I'll take that compared to your usual snorts of disapproval. That's like a mountain of praise.
Dom, I need that tool now.
Dominic races over to Whitlock's tent, opening his bag and discovering a pile of foreign gizmos, gadgets and tools.
Of course his bag looks like this.
Wait, look. These three are all the same shape, and they're all pronged.
Dominic grabs the 6-pronged tool and rushes it back to Whitlock.
Ah, my trusty 6-pronged faxator. Here we go.
Whitlock burrows back inside the machine, tinkering furiously.
There, I think it'll work now.
Good, because that Thorngate's army's about to attack Kenna.
Whitlock throws a switch, and the machine hums to life. A bolt of white-hot lightning shoots out of it, striking the Thorngate soldiers and knocking all of them off their feet.
It worked! They're all stunned, but still alive.
Nicely done, Whit. Now come on, let's storm the castle.
A moment later, the devastated Nevrakis army falls back inside the castle. Dominic crosses the bridge and joins up with Kenna.
Cutting it kind of close with that lightning shot. Trouble back there?
You have no idea.
Well, I appreciate the help. Now that we've pushed the Nevrakis forces back, Thorngate is ours. It's only a matter of time.
Wait a second, is that smoke?
Dom, did you all say set fire to anything?
No, look, the castle. It's burning from the inside. That could only mean they know they're defeated.
What are you saying?
Vassilios Nevrakis set the fire himself to burn the Thorngate castle to the ground rather than let you take it.
There are innocent people in there. We've got to help them. We can't let them burn, we can't.
Calm down, Whitlock.
Kenna rests a hand on Whitlock's shoulder.
I know what you went through with those villagers. I won't let that happen here.
Please fix this.
We will. We're going to help the people of Thorngate. And then we're going to make sure Vassilios Nevrakis never hurts another living soul. I swear it.